increasingly fragmented world, you need a news service that you can trust. Our Golden Gibbo nominated team brings you the news as it breaks.
Welcome back to GB24.
This is GB24. This is GB24, live 24 hours a day.
Hello and welcome back to GB24, our improvised variety show. Good to see you there, Eden. Very good to see you, my co-host and brother, Mr. Eden Porter.
Thank you very much, Josh. And yes, Josh, you are my co-host and also my brother. Funny about that.
Which am I first? Am I brother or co-host first?
Well, you're a bit of a soulmate, I think. Thick and thin. We are
soulmate, brothers and soulmates. I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Well, yeah, it's a thing.
Do you like the adage that people are someone's best friend, like their partner's their best friend?
Oh yeah, you've got to. If you're married and that's not in your vows, I'm not just marrying my girlfriend. I'm marrying my best friend. Don't get married.
That'd be great if then someone in the bridal party like gets up and walks out because, well, I thought I was the best friend.
Yeah. Oh, the best man is like, well, what am I doing? Egg on my face.
Anyway, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us here. We've got a lot on for you tonight. Tonight's broadcast. Eden and I once again locked in the studio 24/7. But we're here to. We're very glad you've tuned in. And what can we expect tonight, Eden?
Oh, so much, Josh. We've got interviews. We've got a couple of games we're going to play. A couple of little surprises in store. And we'll just see.
We also have some big breaking news, which will be coming up later.
We're going to have too much fun here.
We are going to have too much fun.
Great show.
And after all, it's live. It's live.
It's a
live show. We do here.
All right.
and made in Melbourne.
All right. Well, I think now it's time to go and check in the headlines, which tonight is all about the latest Aussie celebrity news. Pint-sized host Grant Denyer revealed to order exclusively from the children's menu.
No longer held back by those damaging magazine articles, Rebel Wilson's career continues to soar with another shitty reality TV show.
With increased focus on racial diversity on our screens, Daryl Summers calls for another return of Hey Hey.
20 years ago, these guys were doing the same routine 20 years ago on the show.
And why would you change it? Why would you change something? It was great 20 years ago. By the way, that was recorded 10 years ago. So
that is outrageous.
Why would you change it?
Why would you change it? Good on you, Daryl. Idiot. Following a full recovery from a coronavirus, we can once again make guilt-free fun of Richard Wilkins's face.
Do you see that leathery old dinosaur?
I was sad there for a while. I felt like we couldn't touch Dickie, so I'm glad he's back on the menu for us.
It was touch and go. It was touch and go now.
Yeah, like Dickie's back on the menu, boys.
We would have had to have thrown out a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
But we could have added him to the in memoriam. Well, maybe you couldn't. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
I think now it's time. Let's lighten the mood, Josh. Let's lighten the mood. You brought it down, but let's bring it back up with the mystery sound. Yes, that is right. We are here for the mystery sound, a sound that me and Josh, we haven't heard. We have no idea what it is. We're going to try and figure it out. You guys at home, jump on the chat, the YouTube chat, and let us know what your thoughts are. But Mr. Producer Man, let us hear the mystery sound.
Oh! I reckon I've got this one.
Oh, okay. Well, let me have a guess first then.
Yes.
It sounds like it really came in at the end there with a pa-chow, but it sounds
it was a definite pa-chow.
It was a rattle, a jiggle-a-bur, and then a chung-chung, and then a pa-chow. I think it's a can. It's definitely a can of some description. and then it's rolling, and it sounds like someone's shooting a can. I think. What's your thoughts, Josh?
Well, can we just hear it again, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought this, and I might be completely wrong after hearing it again, but my initial thought is it's like something that's been frozen in like liquid nitrogen and is like rolling around on a thing like a plate or like a mirror or something, and then it heats up or something like that and it shoots off. And I don't know why I thought that.
Science, Josh. It sounds like let's see is anyone on Soch? Let's check the Soch. Let's have a look. Any guesses there? Oh, mini golf going down a chute. That's an interesting one. I like that.
It could be a mini golf thing, but it definitely can like I didn't really get a sense, which I have every other week, of something going down some stairs.
Is that how you spell ricochet? I've never seen it written down before.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, that's right.
Ricochet.
There's an old game called Ricochet that Valve
Good on
made.
you, Murky. But now it's critical to the sound. I agree with that, Christian.
Murky suggests someone being assassinated whilst filling the dishwasher. So they've maybe dropped the cutlery and the crockery all over the floor.
Chowned everywhere. I think we'll check back in at the end of the show. So if you've got any other guesses, please jump on, let us know. Actually, if there's anything that you want us to talk about or look at, just let us know on the old
in the chat, live chat. But now it's time to head over for some lighter news. Yes, a bizarre home invasion with a twist.
That's next on 60 Minutes.
Yes, what started out, which was to be a suspected food delivery, has ended up with a would-be robber running stark naked down the road. And to tell us all about this harrowing ordeal, we've got the homeowner himself. It's Damien Huggs. Damien, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Hey guys. It's Damien here. Oh, yeah. So I was getting my Uber Eats. I was waiting for it. And then I just heard this smash coming from the front.
Well, I guess, Damien, really you must have thought, if I don't stop this guy, my life could be over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You thought that, didn't you? You thought if I don't stop this guy, my life could be over.
Yeah. I thought if I don't stop this guy, my life could be over.
Great. Thank you. Yes. And then what happened?
Oh, and then so I came down towards the front, and I saw this.
Well, I guess at that point, then you would have feared for the life of your wife.
Oh, you've summed up my thoughts exactly there.
And what were your thoughts?
Exactly that.
Yeah. That you just say it for me. You feared for the life of your wife.
I feared. I was fearful. I was feared for my what? I feared my wife, the love of my life, my wife. I was
your best friend.
My best, but also the best friends in my life is my wife. Well, yes. I feared for the life. I feared for my wife's life.
That'll do. Good. Then what happened?
So then I heard the crash, and I came around from the.
Well, I guess this whole time, right, Damien, what must have been running through your head is, home invasions are up 20% since the Labor Party came to power.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that must have been going through your head, wasn't it?
Well, I didn't know it then. I know it now, though. That's true.
And now you know it. Back then, it probably wouldn't. Going through your head that home invasions are up 20% since the Labor Party came to power.
Well, that's incredible. It didn't go through my head then because I didn't know that until you just told me then.
Yeah, but now you know it, and I guess then you probably would be thinking it. You would have said it. What would you have said?
Well, I wouldn't have said it then. I would have.
Well, now. So what would you say now?
I could. I know it now.
Yeah, and so now you'd say that.
Yeah,
invasions.
Yeah, I could say home invasions have increased by 20% under the Labor government. I don't see how that's really relevant.
That's okay. Now, I guess in the end, though, Damien, you were looking for a bit of comfort food, but ended up with an uncomfortable nude.
Oh, yeah.
You could say that, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could say that. You could definitely say that. I wouldn't.
Shouldn't you?
I wouldn't say that, but you could.
You should. You were looking for some comfort food, and you ended up with an uncomfortable nude.
Okay, I was looking for some comfort food.
Yes,
but
what did you end up with?
Well, that guy ran away nude, but the other guy I grabbed, and he fell down, and he cracked his head on the kitchen bench on the way down, and I managed to grab him by the throat, and I reached out to try and find the closest implement, and it was a knife. And so I got the knife and I plunged it into his neck, and I got behind the windpipe and then out, and then I managed to push it back down, decapitating him there on the floor with blood everywhere. His head was literally decapitated from his body. But I suppose you could say that it was the best thing to happen since sliced head.
Yes, so what a sterling interview there with Damien Hugg. Quite a harrowing event.
Harrowing indeed, my friend. That was harrowing.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of it. I'm glad we got some great clips for our promos during the week from that.
Especially the choking motion.
Yes.
That's a great promo clip
well,
there.
now it's time, it's time to head over to the review, the DVD review, which I'll be doing once again. Well,
it's all right. I can do it. I've got it.
I was going
No,
to do it last week, though.
No, it's fine. I've got it, mate. I've got it, which today is Mission Impossible Fallout. So we've got another blockbuster today. It's Mission Impossible Fallout with Tommy C. That's Tommy Cruise, for those that don't know. Great, interesting Tom Cruise. You might not know this. Scientologist, I read the other day, and he's a bit bonkers, but he's all right. So Mission Impossible Fallout. It's a series. It's great. It's there's been 7. No, I don't know. There's been a lot of them. We've got best. I would say it is the best, slickest, and most daring Mission Impossible installment to date. You've not only got Tom Cruise, you've got the guy from Hot Fuzz. You've got him in it, and you've got Superman himself, which is great. So if you like Tom Cruise, hey, remember when Tom Cruise he did that thing with Oprah and he jumped on the couch? Like, yeah. Well, what happened to Oprah? What happened to Oprah?
I do know. Well, remember. I'm more worried about what happened to Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
well, that was a nuts thing, right? Was that before or after the Peter Overton? Put your manners back in, Peter.
I don't.
You're asking questions. You're asking questions for yourself, Peter.
But the thing with Oprah is she disappeared overnight. And now it's Ellen, and I haven't seen Tom Cruise jump on Ellen's couch. So
Ellen's jumping on her own couch. That's what she's doing.
Well, that's
dancing
exactly
in the aisles, jumping on her own couch.
So I think that really sums up Mission Impossible, the franchise in itself.
Where's it set, Eden?
Where's it set?
Yeah.
This old one. It's in the City of Love. You can see it right there on the top. It's the wee Pierre. Maybe it should be called La Mission Impossible Fallout if it's set in Paris, as they call it in the film. Any other questions?
Who's one of the other co-stars?
The guy from Superman himself, the Man of Steel.
And what's his name?
Clark Kent, he goes by.
Clark Kent.
Superman.
That's Christopher Reeve. Is Christopher Reeve in it?
The new Superman. The new one. Not the Man
Cavill, maybe?
Eddie C. That's Ed Cavalier? No, he's that.
Henry Cavill is his name.
Yes, Henry. I was testing you there.
Okay.
You passed with flying colours. I think basically another stellar mission movie, and this one I'm going to give it 5 stars. I think we're going to give it, and actually not 5 stars. Can we give it 5 couches? Because Tom Cruise loves jumping on couch. Can we do that?
Mr. Summers.
Oh, Dickie.
We can't change the stars, and I'm really glad this is fucking working this week.
Okay. So we'll stick no
All
couches.
Right, Dick. Well, hang on. We're gonna get Dickie out of here.
Sorry. Yes.
There we
go. Another 5-star, 5 coucher, if you will. Mission Impossible Fallout.
Right. Cool. Thanks for that review, Eden. Very good. Now we're going to be moving on to.
Oh, there's breaking news.
We have some
There's breaking news. We've got breaking news.
I don't actually know what it is. Tours resume at GB24. What does this mean?
Oh!
It's one of the tour groups that get taken to the studio. I forgot they were coming in. I completely forgot.
I didn't know we were open for tours.
Yeah, of course. But it's good, to give people give a sense of what we do here at GB24. Maybe some young aspiring journalists, maybe getting motivated, getting excited to get into
out of
this.
the 90s, really. Hats.
Yeah,
Straight
great.
out of the 90s, those hats.
Yeah.
I think we will take a moment now. Let's check in on sport. Now, unfortunately, due to coronavirus, a lot of sports have been put on hold. So let's check out a different type of sport, an e-sport. Yes, esports now. Some of the biggest names in esports have been disappointed with PAX 2020 being cancelled. So even though we thought that it was only affecting sport, it's actually coronavirus has affected esport. So it's really affected everyone in every conceivable way. But unfortunately for you guys at home, we did run a report about esports back in 2017 that we think is just as relevant 3 years later today. So let's check out the reporter now. Let's go to that.
I'm down here at Rod Laver Arena, home to tennis's Australian Open. But today, it's home to a different kind of sport, an e-sport. These cyber athletes compete for millions of dollars. That's right, millions of dollars. And if the popularity of esports continues to rise, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be reporting from Mario Court Arena. Gamers from all across Victoria are coming here to try the latest games and the best technology. They'll certainly be getting a lot of screen time. Something they won't be getting a lot of is sleep. They're here today to experience the latest new games, like Sony's Spider-Man, and also some new great technologies from Xbox, PlayStation, and also Nintendo. Kids are loving it, but also the parents. So if you'll excuse me, I've got some training to do. This is Josh Porter for GB24 saying, game over.
Yes, great story there.
Great
It's still
story.
just as relevant.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a story that's going to be ageless and that we can keep using again and again and again.
It's one of our only stories, really, isn't it? One of our on-field reports.
Are you getting that? Breaking news. We're getting another breaking news.
The more breaking news.
What is this one?
What to me? I think we got some breaking news about Daryl. Now, yes, this is very exciting.
Oh, yes, I read about this.
This is literally news for us.
So this is ridiculous. So
Yeah,
Daryl Summers' manager is suing him for mistreatment. This is legitimately facts. And it may possibly, fingers crossed, it will go to trial. Because then, literally, in terms of character witnesses, you could get back the whole Hey Hey Saturday cast to give evidence, including, hopefully, Dickie Nee on the stand doing these ones.
What do you reckon, Dickie? Would you like to go up and testify against Daryl? Come on, mate. Where are you?
I've got
There we
nothing.
go. You've got nothing.
You got nothing.
You can character assassinate Daryl? No, he's gone. He's gone.
gone.
But yeah, like some of the other stars have actually said that they would go up and testify against Daryl. So yeah, we are desperate that this does go to trial.
Oh
and
my
I think
God.
if in the end it would be the Hey Hey reunion that Daryl probably wouldn't want, but at least he'd get a Hey Hey reunion.
You know,
Another.
you know how Curb Your Enthusiasm did the Seinfeld reunion without doing Seinfeld? They put it into the show. This is the equivalent. This is literally the equivalent for Hey.
I wonder if the jury would be the Jackson Jive. I'll get them back
Oh,
to the
this
jury.
is really good. Murky on the Soch says, and the judge, instead of a gavel, will have the big gong.
We're going to have too much fun here.
Indeed.
Well, I don't think Daryl's going to have too much fun.
He's not going to do much fun. So hope so that is real. And the best thing about this is our Google alerts. It's going to try to hypnotize the jury. I did not abuse my But what was great about it, it's got a whole thing behind it.
Wow,
in my personal Google feed, like,
cut.
this is going. Cut. Can we cut? There we go. Okay. In my personal Google feed, which curates your news for you, this is something that cropped up. So it knows me very well. It knows exactly the kind of stuff that I want to be reading.
Yeah, we want to make fun of Daryl Summers.
Yes, absolutely.
That's our bread and butter.
But now we're going to head off to a quick break. But before we do, coming up, we'll be checking in on the Summers Carroll website, as we always do, to check if that big rebuild has occurred yet. We'll bring up a live feed of that, which we can just check in, hopefully. No, still no big thing.
That is the
really waiting for that rebuild.
That is the real website. We just want to remind everyone at home, waiting for that rebuild, waiting for that big news, always checking in on it.
But for now, we'll take a quick ad break, but we'll be back very shortly. Stay with us.
What's that controller?
Proudly brought to you by McKF Taco King. It's got everything.
It's chips and gravy on fried chicken, in a taco, on a burger, on a pizza, wrapped like a super, side of salad, with nuggets in a bucket. It's Pikachu!
Now, don't we all love KF Taco King? Absolutely delicious. Now we're going to turn now to where we can look for a bit more of dealing with a current affair, and then we're going to actually cross to a subject and a segment that we call a current affair. Thank you, Eden. I'm Eden. And they say at home that you can't choose your family. Well, that goes double for your neighbours and triple for your housemates. That's right. We have been flooded with a plethora of feedback in regards to dodgy housemates. That's right. As soon as we ran our first story, it has been non-stop housemate dodginess. That's right. And in their own words at home, most of these housemates, they couldn't care less. But we've found a new dodgy housemate this week. Someone that is so despicable, she doesn't even know that she's dodgy. That's right. She's the one that we really feel she's so oblivious, she couldn't care less. She just couldn't care less. There he goes. There he goes. Now, for more on Australia's dodgiest housemate, let's cross live now to Josh.
Yes. Hello. Thanks, Eden. I'm here in my house once again on the search for Australia's dodgiest housemate. And tonight it's Miss Georgia Brooks, and I'm just going to go find her and ambush her. So I'll just see if she's around. Miss Brooks, are you there? Miss Brooks. Now, Miss Brooks, it's been understood that in this house you have been taking the very expensive knives and have been washing them and not drying them. You've been putting them wet in the drying rack instead of drying them off and putting them into the knife block. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Miss Brooks?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. Well, Miss Brooks, I don't think you're taking this very seriously here. In fact, it seems to me that I don't think you could care. I think you couldn't care less.
It wasn't me.
You're not really taking this seriously, and I think maybe if you watch this footage, you might get some understanding of just how bad your behaviour is.
Oh, that
absolutely disgusting, Miss Brooks. Do you have anything to say for yourself in your defence?
What can I say?
What can she say? She can't really say much. I think it's very dodgy behaviour for her here. Hopefully, in the future, she'll be returning those knives nice and dry into the knife block. Back to you, Eden.
That is right, Joshua. Thank you very much. How hard is it to clean one of the fancy knives? I know at home we have a Japanese knife that we bought in Japan. There is no way in hell that me or my housemate, who happens to be my fiancé, who's also my best friend, would ever do anything to a knife that valuable to us. So we thanks again to Joshua, and now back to you guys in the studio. Oh, he's good today. He's good. That was great. Nailed it. Great investigation reported there by Josh.
Oh, it was a very good ambush. I was very, very happy. I think I caught her unaware. She didn't know what was going on. I confronted her with a lot of facts, and she couldn't really stand up for herself. It was great. Job well done.
She had nothing to say.
Well, for now, though, we're going to head off to a very special report where Eden is on location somewhere in the world. He doesn't quite know where he is, but hopefully he can figure it out for the course of the interview. So let's see if Eden's there. Eden, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Josh. Yes, I'm down here, and I can tell you right now, the vibe is amazing. It's absolutely incredible.
Of course it would. With that beautiful sunny weather, it must be wonderful.
Oh, it is. And everyone's out in their bikinis, getting a tan, loving it out here.
God, I guess also that element, that glitz and glamour side of it as well, which is very exciting for everyone.
Yes. Well, it is the glitz and glamour, isn't it? Because you can have fun in the sun, but you want to be seen. You want to be seen out there with all the celebrities, because it's a bit of hobnobbing. Out there. Oh, yes, good, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're hobnobbing with celebrities outside.
And of course, it's for the kids as well. The families are coming on. The whole family's coming. They're really enjoying their time out there, aren't they, Eden?
Yes, because, well, I haven't seen too many celebrities at the Melbourne show, but...
I can't imagine you would have. No. When did you last go to the Melbourne show?
Well, I haven't been there for years, but I'm just saying as a side fact, celebrities don't go there. They come here to this event.
To this place, yes.
Yes,
of course. Some it's very Hollywood-esque, isn't it?
Yes. Well, it's the Hollywood's night of nights, really, isn't it?
Well, it's on all year round though. It's not really just at one night. It's continually on.
No, yeah, it's continually on. Well, that's what happens when you come and see the boardwalk down. With the celebrities, and you put your hands in the cement and everything in LA. You put that down there. That's as close as I've got to celebrity.
Well, I guess you probably want to be thinking a bit more locally, though. I know that's over in LA, but here in Australia, there's really that other place. It's a bit of a park. It's quite good, but I know it's really that kind of place that the families would go, isn't it?
Oh yes. Well, down at Luna Park. You're speaking of parks. And absolutely love Luna Park this time.
I don't think St Kilda's very glitzy and glamoury, though, is it, Eden?
No, but the Gold Coast is.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
The Gold Coast is very glitz and glamoury. I would say it's almost the opposite to St Kilda, who's full of druggies. I can say that. I live there.
Prostitutes.
Yes, correct. Well, yeah, I haven't done that. But here up in the Gold Coast, up at the theme parks, at Movie World is where all the celebrities are. And we're loving life up here. Now that we're back open, we're running for business here at Movie World, where you can get a slice of a celebrity action and maybe a great deal. Remember, the theme parks are open, and also Village Cinemas will be opening on the 22nd, most of them, and then July 2nd, all the cinemas are open. Please support your local cinemas, because we're doing it tough. Back to you in the studio.
Yes, thank you, Eden. Thanks very much for that cross promotion there with Village Cinemas, of course, who owns Warner Brothers Movie World. Hollywood on the Gold Coast.
On the Gold Coast.
But it's beautiful sunny weather up there, isn't it, Eden?
Oh, absolutely
gorgeous. Do you remember when we went? I think the Lethal Weapon had just come out when we went last time.
Yes, Lethal Weapon. That's showing our age, because you know what? They've rebranded the Lethal Weapon. It's now the Arkham Asylum coaster. And it's got Joker. It's the exact same ride, painted purple.
Great. I guess that. Guys, those of you who haven't been to Hollywood on the Gold Coast for the last 20 years, you might be shocked to know that the Lethal Weapon ride no longer exists. I think my favourite, though, was the Gremlins one.
Oh, yeah, the Gremlins one. Yeah, and the Gremlins take over the ride.
So you kind of go in and it feels like a normal cinema, and you're sitting in a cinema and you're watching this stuff on the screen, and then, like, the Gremlins come in and, like, their shadows are going over the projection, and then, like, the whole screen gets burst out, and then you kind of go back and head out through the back, and there's all Gremlins running amok. Gremlins always run amok, don't they?
But do you remember who saves you at the end of that Gremlins ride?
No.
Bloody only Beetlejuice comes out
really?
every day. Yeah, Beetlejuice comes out and gets rid of the Gremlins. Talk about.
I love that. Like, Warner Brothers has got these few characters that go, "Oh, it's a good movie character." We go, Beetlejuice is pretty good.
Oh,
just get some guy in the makeup.
People love. Oh, this guy sort of looks like Michael Keaton. Let's get him beating up gremlins
It's the
$5 an
crossover
hour.
we all wanted. Forget the NCU. We want Gremlins versus Beetlejuice.
Gremlins versus Beetlejuice. Warner Brothers. If you're listening, make it happen. Make it happen. Call us. Yeah, now. Now, up next, we're going to go dive into the tech stratosphere. All those millennials out there. Let's see what they're up to with our next segment, Josstek.
Hey guys, Joss here. Hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell. If you are enjoying it, please make sure you jump on the socials, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Share it with your friends. I do live streaming as well on Twitch. Do YouTube live streams as well. I got OnlyFans. If you want to sign up for that, it really helps me out. Got merch as well. You can buy that. It really helps me out. Main thing though, subscribe to the channel. I've got a Patreon as well. So if you guys really enjoying this, I love it when you guys sign up to that. It's so great. Really helps me out. But for now, that's all we got time for in this one, guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, very informative there by Josstek. Please like and subscribe. It really helps him out.
It does help him out.
It helps him out.
Helps us out a lot. Although it helps us out as well, Ed. So if you are enjoying yourself tonight, guys, just chuck us a like. And
why don't
subscribe to the channel.
Are they going to smash that like button? Maybe.
You're going to smash the like button.
Smash
Like buttons are smashed, aren't they? But for now, it's time to head on over to Crossfire. Yes, where Eden and I go head-to-head with one of the hot topics, a very debatable topic, one of the hot topics from yesteryear generally. They're a bit silly, aren't they? And tonight, Eden, what is the topic we're debating on Crossfire?
Well, tonight's topic is actually which was the most iconic 90s phone number. Yes, from the 90s advertising campaigns, what was the most iconic phone number? Tonight, I will be representing Lubemobile with 133032. And what have you got, Josh?
I'll be representing Pizza Hut with 131166.
Both fantastic phone numbers there, but I think Lubemobile might have it. Would you like to start us off, Josh?
Sure. Look, I think the best thing about Pizza, obviously they're both very memorable numbers and we've managed to keep them in our social consciousness for the last 30-odd years. But I think the key thing I like about Pizza Hut, you've got the doubles. You've got the double numbers. You've got the 13 and the 1166, okay? And when you're dialing that in, it's very easy to do. You just like, bang, bang, bang.
131166, 131166, 131166, Pizza Hut delivery.
What a classic jingle. It's got the full-length jingle as well, Eden. Can you compete with a full-length jingle like that?
Okay. I've got, I think Lubemobile, look, first of all, I don't know what Lubemobile does. I think they lube things. But the thing with Lubemobile is it's not about the ad. It's 133032. Lubemobile.
All more offers on the spot. There's just one thing you need to do. On 133032.
Oh, it's fantastic. And of course, how can you forget the kid at the end? The quintessential kid. Here he is.
133032.
Huge.
Now, let me tell you a little
huge
bit
role.
of the story. Huge role.
Huge role for that kid.
In fact, well, I'll tell you a little bit about him. His name is Scott. He's now 30 years old. And I'll tell you this, he lives up in Queensland. That's his 30 years ago. That's him 25 years ago. Let's have a look what he looks like now. There he is. There's Scott. Managed to track him down. So I'll tell you this, he lives in Queensland in the army. And I'll tell you this will blow your mind. He doesn't have a lisp. Never did.
He's just a great actor.
Faked. No, I'll stop you there again. He was not a paid actor because he was just a little kid. He went in. They said, this is just the audition. Say it a couple of times. Hey, can you say it with a bit of a lisp? And he said, okay, 133032. And they went, cool, we'll call you. Next thing you knew, it was on television.
Oh,
he never got paid.
He
never got paid. And he couldn't care less. They couldn't care less. Little Scott at home. And he was struggling. That's outrageous.
That is rough. Well, of course, you had little Scotty, but of course, over on the Pizza Hut side, we had Dougie. You got to have Dougie, the delivery boy. And we do know Dougie, he had some tumultuous years, but he is back. If you can have a look at Dougie now. Now, Scott might have graduated up to Queensland to the army, but Dougie has not changed. And he is still doing Pizza Hut.
Give a photo.
50 years, and I'd like to take you through the steps of our contactless pickup.
So, Dougie,
You
still
are
with
listening.
Pizza Hut, picking up that paycheck from 1332 through to today. But I think the thing I like as well with the Pizza Hut jingle, it's for everyone. You don't just have little Scotty who's so iconic as he's the voice of it, you know. Anyone can be part of 131166. And that's what I like about it.
Okay, that's true. Anyone can be part of it. But I think the thing to keep in mind is Lubmobile 133032. Right?
Sorry, I was going to say, this is another clip I found, which is possibly one of the best crossovers from the 90s. It's Tim Shaw from Dental with Dougie.
Yeah, but wait, there's more.
Yeah. That's it. Imagine being so famous for an ad, you get on other ads.
That's amazing.
That's the kind of power that 1330
look, I think that's true, but I think you can also take into account that Scott is now a 30-year-old man. He's trying to find love. He goes out in the town, and every single time he goes out, his mates say, "Hey, this is the guy from the Lubmobile ad from 25 years ago. Say it." And you know what's not attractive? A 30-year-old man faking a lisp and going 133032. That's not attractive. And poor, he just can't get a date.
Well, could I buy you a drink? Isn't that great though? Isn't that great when a girl finally asks for his number and he just slides it over on a napkin? There you go.
I think.
Mr. Summers.
Oh, Dickie.
I've got a spanner in the works regarding Pizza Hut's phone number.
Oh no, Dickie, what is it?
You have to whip me first.
Okay, get out of here.
What is it?
Tony. 4811111 4811111 4811111 Pizza Hut delivery 4811111 4811111 4811111 Pizza Hut delivery.
Pizza Hut now delivers the 1990 Pairs deal. That's any 2 million pizzas you like.
Was the number different in different states?
That must be different states. Oh, mate. Well, I think...
Jesus Christ.
I think
more enthusiastic in 4811111.
Let's see what the Sosch is. The Sosch saying, everyone? Oh, down with Lubmobile. Let's go to Sosch. Yep, let's have a look at it. They're saying Scott looks like he committed a crime in that photo. Kids with lisps win. Yes, New South Wales apparently. Thank you.
Christian says as well it was a career-defining role, and I think that rings true. But I think you've presented some really good cases. I think it has followed young Scotty around, which I think is quite important. And I think on the whole, I think people probably hold a bit more fondness for 133032. So I'm willing to concede Crossfire tonight to Lubmobile and 133032.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. And I will just add that a lot of that information I got about Lubmobile Kid Scott came from a breakfast radio station called Wacky Wacky. Sorry, no, it's called Wakey Wacky. It's Danny Lackey.
We're going to have too much fun here.
Yes, Danny Lackey having too much fun. Could you find a better radio station?
Great. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And that's been Crossfire. That is Crossfire.
Now we're going to check in on the mystery sound and finally get our answer to what that is.
Okay. Any last minute guesses on the Soch? No. There. Okay.
I'm gonna stick with my thing in liquid nitrogen on a mirror, and then it shoots off.
Okay, I'm sticking with my can being shot out of the air as it's rolling down a hill.
All right, let's reveal the mystery sound.
Oh, it's a hole in Antarctica.
What is the Preshow? Well, I think we've got a theme emerging of things being dropped down holes.
A producer definitely likes things being dropped down holes.
I guess that's a clue for next week, guys.
Have you seen Alien vs Predator?
Yes.
There's a whole Predator temple underneath Antarctica. Could be something to do with that. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just spitting facts here.
Truth is stranger than fiction sometimes.
That's right.
But before we go, guys, a quick wrap-up of the headlines as well.
What are our headlines?
So, the Aussie celebrity news. Pint-sized host Grant Denyer revealed to order exclusively from the children's menu.
That's right, no longer held back by those damaging magazine articles. Rebel Wilson's career continues to soar with another shitty reality TV show.
Yes, with increased focus on racial diversity on our screen, Daryl Summers calls for another return of Hey Hey.
20 years ago, these guys were doing the same routine 20 years ago on the show.
And it's just as good today as it was back then.
Disgraceful, Daryl, disgraceful. But finally tonight, following a full recovery from coronavirus, we can once again make guilt-free fun of Richard Wilkins's face.
Do you see that leathery old dinosaur?
Yes, there we go, guys. That brings us to the end of this section of the show. We are on 24 hours a day, but you can tune in again in a fortnight, in 2 weeks' time at 8 o'clock. Josh, do you have anything going on at the moment?
Yes, I do. I've got my podcast called Welcome to Patchwork. It's a comedy podcast where we discuss the minutiae of life, the little things. In a recent episode that came out just yesterday, we were talking about what kind of preparations do you do when a friend's coming over? You're tidying up a lot. You're flushing the toilet. What are you doing? Those kind of things. That's the small stuff we tackle on Welcome to Patchwork. And Eden, how about you've got a podcast as well?
Yeah, cleaning the toilet is a big one. Like, you've got to get that bowl sparkling.
Mate, when you've had a lot of Pizza Hut.
Yeah, well, look,
and when you had so much fun.
Meal. No, I've got a podcast as well. It's called Cancelled Movie Report. Check it out. We're on to our season 1, finale of season 1. We've done Jurassic Park 4, the unmade Jurassic Park 4, which absolutely is incredible. If you like raptors becoming a SWAT team that goes into the jungle to attack a drug lord to get back a kidnapped girl, this is the Jurassic Park movie for you. We've got a full voice cast where we recreate the craziest scenes from it. And me and my co-host, Michael Campbell, we talk it through. Do yourself a favor, check it out, and tell your friends. In fact, we really want to get those listeners up. It's hard
I'm really
to get
enjoying
those.
it. It's a really enjoyable listen because there's these films that you maybe heard of. The Gladiator 2 one was great, but I'm working my way through. What was one after that? The Crusade, the Paul Verhoeven film, who's famous for doing RoboCop and those kind of films.
Yes.
And it had Arnie in it. It's a really great story. Like in one part of it, you go, "This is actually really great. I really enjoyed this."
And I'm so cut that it didn't get made. But it's like the Arnie we've got is spot on, and just hearing him do some of those lines it's worth listening to alone just for some of that. It's fantastic. It's really
But
great.
we digress.
Yes.
Enough about our silly little podcast. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to stick around in the studio. Thanks for joining in tonight. If you did enjoy yourselves, please let your friends know. Videos stay up on YouTube so you can watch them whenever you want. It's always great. Thanks for joining us live, those who did. And for now, we'll see you in a fortnight.
See you later, guys. Have a great night.